What up, dickheads? Before I start this video, I gotta give a shout out to this random commenter from my Superman video. He left a really nice message, so I'm gonna give him a pat on the back for that one. If anyone who is watching this video can hear me right now, which I know you can, I would like to tell you to go over to that Superman video, to not watch it, please do not, it sucks, but to leave a like on this comment, because it's a really good message. It's fantastic. Oh man, I hate 2023 so far. Speaking of 2023, what I want for this year is for Marvel to fix some of these problems, some of the biggest problems that Marvel has. Oh boy. Real excited to make this video. Alright, number one, the same costume designs. I'm going to show you a bunch of images of the costumes for, the superheroes. What else am I supposed to say? Just try to notice the similarities between these costumes. Do you see it? Look closer. Look at their ribs. Do you see it? Looks the same, huh? Looks the exact same. And I mean, once you see this, you can't unsee it. Like, am I the only one who notices this crap? I mean, there's nothing else really to say. I just want the costume designers to, stop being lazy. Do something different. There is one superhero you can thank for all of these costumes having the same design, and that's Spider-Man. I mean, if it wasn't for that costume that Spider-Man has, none of these designs would exist. So thanks, Spider-Man, for starting this costume trend. Thanks a lot, man. Number two, quality over quantity does not exist with Marvel. Anymore, at least. And Marvel fatigue. Marvel fatigue, I'm just going to talk about it real quick. Marvel fatigue is basically... It's just... Watch every single Marvel thing that came out within the past 2 years. Which, by the way, is Phase 4. Like, Phase 4 came out within 2 years. If that's not the definition of being rushed, I don't know what is. But, yeah, Marvel fatigue is when you watch 2 years worth of the same shit. Also known as superhero movies. Although it's mainly called Marvel fatigue, nobody calls it superhero fatigue. Although some people do, because, superhero films are pretty much all that come out in theaters nowadays. Actually, no, Star Wars movies don't exist anymore, so... Yeah, it's just Marvel movies and DC superhero films. This is all the stuff from Marvel, at least, that came out within the 2 years. And this does not include What If, Werewolf by Night, or the Guardians of the Galaxy holiday special. So that's basically like 17 projects in a single phase. That's a lot, but it doesn't really bother me. What does bother me is that all of this came out within, 2 years. Yeah. Let me say that again. At the start of 2021, everyone was anticipating, like, Marvel crap. Like, Marvel stuff did not exist because of COVID. 2020 was dry, so everyone was waiting for WandaVision to come out. But when it did, we did not realize that, you know, something changed in Marvel. Apparently, I felt like releasing everything within 2 years was a good idea. It wasn't, because now I'm just really annoyed by these. Every time a new superhero film trailer releases, I just get annoyed. Because, think about it, it's the same thing. It's basically the same thing over and over. If it's an origin film, then, new superhero has to learn how to be a superhero and take down their first bad guy. Now they're a superhero. And if it's not that, if it's like a sequel or something, then remove that origin element and just call it a day. So basically, just superhero take down bad guy. That's all these movies are nowadays. You know what? I forgot to add this, but I might as well just talk about it right now. Characters. Every single character, you've probably heard of this point already, but I'm gonna still say it. Every single character is a quirky, quippy person. Like they joke a lot. And I'm gonna list off some characters to basically these are the points I'm making. Thor, Korg. Basically, that entire film is a not funny joke. So, Guardians of the Galaxy, but I'd argue they actually are funny. So, you got Yelena and Kate Bishop, Red Guardian. Holy shit! Every fucking Marvel film is trying to be a comedy. It doesn't work. I'm sorry, it doesn't. But, yeah. Basically, every single character... Oh, fuck, I forgot to... I forgot She-Hulk. That's even worse than Thor: Love and Thunder. That film tries way too hard to be a comedy. Not as hard as Thor: Love and Thunder, but I'd say Thor: Love and Thunder makes me laugh more than She-Hulk, so... I mean, that counts for something. Anyway, I forgot what I was about to say, so let's move on to the next thing. The horrendous CGI. Alright, I'm gonna do what I... Never mind. No, it's not gonna be the same thing as number one, but I'm gonna show pictures of really bad CGI. And the moment I show these, there's no way you can resist to see how bad the CGI is. It's terrible. It's honestly unbelievable that it's this bad, but I'm gonna show you it right now. I'm gonna give you like 10 seconds to take it all in. Alright. Now, She-Hulk does not look as bad as she does in the show right here. I mean, this image is honestly complimenting her. So, She-Hulk doesn't look as bad as she does in the actual show here. I cannot say the same for the image to the left. That fucking floating head. Taika Waititi. I don't know what happened here, but clearly you are not giving the VFX workers enough time to make everything look good. Clearly, because it's definitely doesn't show, and that basically clears up this section. These are the worst CGI moments of Phase 4. Move on to the next crap. Alright, I think this is the easiest thing you can do to fix. Just remove She-Hulk. It's that easy. Like, She-Hulk should not exist in the first place. Just remove it from Disney Plus. That's it. Thanks to that dumb show, I hate She-Hulk. It doesn't matter what origin it's from, whether it's the movies, shows, comics. I just hate She-Hulk now. Thanks a lot, Disney. Alright, this is the last one. The shows. The shows are god-awful. Like, 8 shows have released within the past 2 years, and only 2 of them, only 2, have 9 episodes. And those shows with the 9 episodes are not the best shows. They're not. One of them is decent. The other one is utter shit. You probably already know what I'm talking about. But, out of 8 shows, only 4 of them are, above average. 2 of them being really good. Those 4 ones are What If, WandaVision, Moon Knight, and Loki. Everything else is mediocre or utter shit. Falcon and the Winter Soldier is just boring. And so is Ms. Marvel. Hawkeye's just mediocre at best, but She-Hulk is... Words cannot describe how awful She-Hulk is, but it's even worse when you watch every single episode of that show. The ending is the worst crap I've seen. And I don't know if it's worse than Game of Thrones ending. I haven't watched Game of Thrones. I've only watched episode 1. I couldn't bear it. Too much boobies. And I'm not joking. Too much nudity. But, these shows only have 6 episodes, so pretty much the story's rushed. Pretty much the character development is rushed. Sometimes the ending is just a giant CGI battle. That's what WandaVision, Ms. Marvel, Moon Knight was. And, you know what, I don't really like those type of battles. Just sometimes just a giant CGI mess. It's not the best ending. But that concludes all that. This video's almost over. I just gotta talk about some other stuff. I think I might make a Star Wars version of this video soon, because Star Wars is probably just as bad as Marvel at this moment. Like, obviously Marvel can improve, but Star Wars can't. Unless there's only one thing Star Wars can do that can actually improve the entire franchise. Well, 2 things, and I'm gonna list them. 1, make Andor season 2. I know it's coming. Please do not rush making it, by the way. Like, please don't rush it. Take your time and make the show. It's really good. I recommend it. It doesn't have a cameo every single week like The Mandalorian or She-Hulk or any Marvel show. It's grounded. There's not even a Jedi in the show. Yeah, Star Wars without Jedi. That's insane. Sometimes I feel like I'm not even watching a Star Wars show. But, I mean, that could be bad or good, but... So that's number 1. Number 2, stop focusing on specific timelines. By that, I mean, they focus on the prequel era all the way to the sequel era. With the amount of power that you have over Star Wars, you pretty much own it. You could expand the lore to any point, but you focus on 3 eras. You could... Oh, man. It's such an easy cash grab, but they don't do it. They dip their toes into it a little with Tales of the Jedi, but that was like 15 minutes worth of content. Just I might make a Star Wars one. That's and I can't make one for DC because if I did, it wouldn't make sense. DC's obviously getting a reboot, and they pretty much will fix the problems I had with the old franchise. So, can't really make a video about that. And this is the last thing. I swear to God. Thank you, James Gunn, for rebooting DC. It needed it. And, James, if you're watching this dog shit video, well, you probably clicked on it, but you immediately clicked off when you heard my voice. But if you made it to this point, I would just like to ask you, is your white hair authentic? I just need to know. I just need to know if you dyed it. Because, I don't know, it piqued my curiosity.